It was supposed to be a celebration, the Navy's 250th birthday. But when Donald Trump stepped up to the microphone at Norfolk Naval Base, his words didn't just honor America's sailors. They ignited something far bigger. Standing before thousands of men and women in uniform, Trump smiled, paused, and then made a promise that sent the crowd into a roar. Every sailor, every soldier, every service member will get an across-the-board pay raise. Cheers shook the hangar. Flags waved. But behind that electric moment, few realized just how strategic and controversial that promise really was. The sun blazed over Virginia as the Navy marked a milestone, 250 years of history, strength, and sacrifice. Trump, flanked by Melania and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, used the backdrop of battleships and banners to deliver what sounded like pure patriotism. "The U.S. Navy always stands for America," he said, "and as your commander-in-chief, I will always stand for you." It was classic Trump, loud, proud, and tailor-made for the cameras. But as the applause thundered, his next few words changed the tone entirely. He couldn't resist a jab. A political one. He called Democrats a little gnat on our shoulder. The crowd laughed, but everyone knew the tension was real. The government was in shutdown mode, and thousands of service members weren't getting paid. Trump's message: "Don't worry. You'll get every last penny," he vowed. And even more. October 1st, that's when the federal shutdown began. Congress had failed to pass the 2026 appropriations bill, and the standoff froze everything. Military families were anxious, bills were piling up, and frustration spread across bases nationwide. Trump saw the Navy's birthday as the perfect stage. And that day, he made himself the hero, the one who would protect America's troops when Washington couldn't. Despite the Democrat-induced shutdown, he said, "We'll make sure every service member gets what they deserve." But critics quickly pointed out, the president didn't say how that would happen. Some analysts suggested the promise was symbolic, a morale move during crisis. Others saw it as something else, a political warning shot aimed squarely at Congress. Days before the speech, Trump had already told top generals in Virginia about a 3.8% pay increase. At Norfolk, he turned that into a rally cry. For the sailors in the audience, it was thrilling, a direct reward for their service. But on social media, the reaction was split. Supporters praised the announcement as proof Trump takes care of the troops. Critics called it campaign theater in uniform. Unverified. Some even claimed the pay raise had been in the works long before Trump's speech. Unverified. Still, no one could deny, the moment was powerful. A president promising more money to those who defend the nation, right in front of them. It was political optics at their peak. Then Trump dropped another bombshell. He wasn't just raising pay, he was rebuilding the military from the ground up. "We're going to build ships like we haven't in 35 years, he said. $1 trillion, invested right here in America. It was a bold claim. He spoke about revitalizing old shipyards, hiring thousands of new workers, and restoring the glory days of U.S. naval power. The crowd went wild. But defense insiders whispered something else, that this announcement wasn't new, just repackaged for drama. Unverified. Others claimed private contractors were already circling for those massive government contracts. Unverified. Trump's message was clear though: build in America, hire Americans, make the Navy unstoppable. Then came the line that changed headlines. He blamed the shutdown on money being spent on illegal aliens. That moment, just seconds long, set social media on fire. Supporters called it tough talk. Critics said it turned a moment of unity into division. Cable networks replayed that clip for days. The speech had started as a salute to sailors. Now, it was being dissected as a campaign-style performance. But Trump didn't seem to care. He was in his element, loud, defiant, and unapologetically patriotic. As the crowd chanted his name, Trump wrapped it up with the kind of ending only he could deliver. "With your help," he shouted, "we'll fight, 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 and we'll win, win, win." The sailors cheered. The anthem swelled. Cameras flashed across a sea of uniforms and American flags. For Trump, it was a cinematic moment, a mix of military might, campaign energy, and classic showmanship. He praised the Navy for its best recruitment year ever, calling them the heart of America's defense. The message: the Navy doesn't lose. And neither does Trump. By Monday morning, the speech was everywhere. Clips from Norfolk trended across X and YouTube, racking up millions of views. Conservative voices hailed it as leadership in action. Progressive outlets accused him of politicizing the military. And somewhere in between, service families still waited for paychecks delayed by the shutdown. Analysts warned that even with presidential support, funding approvals were stuck in Congress. Meanwhile, rumors swirled that Trump's team planned to use clips from the Navy celebration in upcoming campaign ads. Unverified, if true, it would mean that what started as a military tribute was also a preview of his 2026 election strategy. The Norfolk speech left one lingering question. Was it a moment of genuine gratitude, or one more calculated move in a high-stakes political chess game? Trump's words were patriotic. His promises were bold. But as the shutdown dragged on, reality set in. Pay raises, shipbuilding, billion-dollar plans, all hung in limbo. Still, for those sailors in that hangar, cheering their commander-in-chief, the message hit home. We fight, we win, we endure. So what do you think? Was Trump honoring the troops, or rallying his base? Drop your thoughts below, hit subscribe, and stay tuned, because this story isn't over yet.